is so like scary and exciting at the same time, but I feel like, yeah, I haven't filmed in ages, so I feel like I'm going to be kind of awkward, but I also feel like I say that at the start of literally every video ever. However, I have written myself a list of stuff to talk about, so hopefully I don't go too off track today. But I kind of was gonna like draw at the same time as doing this. Now I'm not sure if I will, but this is a drawing that I am currently working on. I don't know if you can see that, but it's gouache and coloured pencil over the top. But I feel like maybe I will do it at the same time, because then I feel like I can relax and talk at the same time. But anyway, let's get started. First of all, I hope everyone is doing good. I think it's been probably like a month and a week since I've uploaded a video, which is like crazy because that's been so long. Also, I've got myself a nice iced cola because the weather here today is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, so I hope everyone's doing good. I feel like so much has gone on since I last posted a video. I don't think I under-anticipated, is that a word? How like busy the end of third year would be, but it kind of came and then I was like, whoa, that is a lot of work to get done. So I don't know if I will draw actually, because I feel like I'm just going to get distracted. And we all know how that went in another video. I just hadn't got a clue what I was talking about. So I will work on this in my own time probably, but yeah, actually, yeah, let's just not draw, let's have a conversation, because I feel like that's nice, and also it's kind of like I'm updating a friend on like something I've been doing. I'm so excited to film this video. I actually just can't wait. I'm so excited, and I'm literally already filming it, so I hope everyone's been doing really good. And yeah, let me know, like for the last month that we haven't seen each other, let me know what you've been up to, or if you're new here and you haven't been on my channel before, then like let me know what you've been up to this last month. But okie dokie, first thing, yeah, the reason I haven't been posting is because obviously I'm third year at uni, so like there's just been so much work to do, especially because I've had like my final major project. Obviously because I've had so much work to do, I just haven't had like time to film or edit like any videos. Sorry, I swear that wasn't there earlier. There we go. I was in London for a week, not last week, the week before, for like an industry research week, which was so busy, as I'm sure you can imagine, and so stressful. Although I feel like towards the end I had kind of started to get used to it a little bit, but it still is so kind of like weird. Not like culture shock obviously, because I live in the same country, but it is so different to living on the island in comparison to London. Like it's so different and it's so busy. And everyone's like cramming to get on trains and stuff, and it's literally like sardines in a can. And then like coming back from London, that last week was like trying to get my module stuff done, so I was like going to bed really late, getting up really early. Like the last couple of days before my module, I think I went to bed at like, it was between 1 and half 2 in the morning, and then I was getting up at like 7 to get started on my work the next day. So, but I did get it handed in, and that's the main thing, which I was very happy about. So that module is now done. So I've now got 2 weeks off, which is really nice, and it's been a nice break because now I can like have a break. I still have some work to do. I actually have a huge long list that I don't really want to look at, but it's nice because now I can start something new and feel like I'm not behind, instead of like being on the same module and thinking like, oh my god, I have loads of work to do. But this last like week, I handed my work in on Thursday, and this last week I haven't done any work. I've just told myself like just have a break because I feel like I needed it, because otherwise I would just work myself into the ground. But yeah, and then after this I've got one more module and then I'm done, which is both terrifying and exciting. But I am quite excited to start this new module because it's very like research based. It's not an art project module. We basically have to create like a document that is a collection of like industry research and like our 6-month and 1-year plan, stuff like that, researching into areas of illustration that we want to work into. It will essentially become a big document of stuff that I can refer back to like in the future. That's quite nice because I can like tailor it to what I'm going to find useful. So I'm actually quite excited to doing that, because I also, don't get me wrong, I love drawing, but when you're doing it for uni like project after project and there's like no gap in between projects, it's just like finish one, go straight on to the next. It's very exhausting, and sometimes it can sometimes make you like not want to draw. So I'm quite looking forward to just doing a research module, because I also love doing like all my research stuff. And then when that module's handed in, finished with uni. First of all, that has gone so quick. Like 3 years at uni has gone so quick. But it is kind of like giving me end of uni anxiety, end of uni just like terrified and scariness, because when I come out of uni, there's like not that, I don't know what you call it, like my whole life, like up until this point, I will have been in education my whole life. So I feel like growing up there's always been that like safety net of school and like of uni and of education. I don't really know if you'd call it a safety net, but I mean as in like you don't have to wake up and like worry about like going into the big wide world. You just kind of like, you're at school, like you're at high school doing your GCSEs and you're like, right, I've got to focus on my exams and getting like good grades and stuff. And then like you might, I don't know, have like a part-time job on the side, or you might get a summer job. I just got a summer job over those years. And then you kind of like come out of uni and then you're like, right, now I have to get a job, now I have to start like doing adult stuff. It's actually terrifying, and it makes me really sick thinking about it, because this time next year I'm thinking like, what am I going to be doing? I really do want to work really hard with like my art stuff, because that is something that I am really passionate about. I'm so passionate about doing art, and that is what I want to do. And I also want to like inspire other people and like teach other people how to do stuff. Like I would love to do that, like teach other people stuff about art of like all ages. Like I just think that would be so much fun. Anyway, I'm kind of getting like sidetracked, but yeah, finishing uni, even though I keep saying like, oh, I can't wait for the end of uni, like I don't want to be at uni anymore, it's also like, actually don't end, because then I haven't got the safety net of being like, oh well, I've got school to go to every day, like I am only having a part-time job because the number one priority in my life is school. Whereas now that isn't going to be the number one priority in my life anymore, because I don't have uni or school. But at the same time, as it being like ultimately terrifying, I'm also really excited, because I have so many ideas for like stuff that I want to do. Hang on, this is like next on my things to talk about, things that I would like to sell on Etsy. Basically, when I finish uni, I really want to work on like making cool artwork and like fun like little illustrated things that I really want to do. And then I want to do like a big Etsy shop update. I don't want to talk too much about it. I'm just really excited to work on my own art projects and my own illustration projects, because there's so much that I want to do, that like I have a whole book of just like full of ideas for stuff that I want to do when I come out of uni. But yeah, so that's that. The other thing I want to talk about is like reflecting on my last 3 years of uni. I feel like I'll probably make a video on this when I actually finish uni, like reflecting on uni, definitely stuff that I would have done differently, reflecting on my experience. But I thought I would give like a brief overview here, because it's on my mind. I don't know if it comes across on here, because sometimes I forget what I say to you guys on here, and I forget what like I keep to myself and stuff, or like myself, friends and family, and stuff that I actually put on YouTube. But in general, I would say that I necessarily haven't really enjoyed uni, but third year, I would say that third year has been my favourite year, even though it's been really stressful and there's been like so much work to do. I think it's kind of like pushed me to discover what kind of like illustration and what work that I want to create outside of uni. Like this year, and for my final major project especially, I feel like I really have discovered the things that I love to create, and kind of like combining personal interests with like my illustration, and then like figuring out like how I can make that work and like things that I can create. I don't know if you guys have seen my Instagram, but I've been trying to post some work that I've been doing on there, and I posted one of my final major projects. Basically, I made up like a speculative exhibition on animals in the First and Second World War, and then I made an exhibition guide that's kind of like informative, and it's got loads of like drawings from archival images in there. It's pretty cool, so if you want to go check it out, I'll put my Instagram down below. But yeah, I have been posting my work on Instagram if you want to check it out. And then I've been posting some like personal stuff on there as well. But third year, I've been pushed to like figure out what I want to create, and also obviously coming to the end, I'm actually kind of enjoying this like last bit of uni, because it's very industry based, so like teaching us about portfolios and like making business cards, building a website, and like all that kind of stuff, which is like really sometimes a bit like, oh, there's like, especially when it comes to stuff like copyright and tax that you have to learn about, is a bit like draining. But I still find it really fun to learn about, and it's also making me really excited. My first and second year, I think it's weird because like each year that it goes, I feel like the more I enjoy it. So first year I really didn't like. I found it really hard, as I'm sure like a lot of people definitely found first year hard. Like even if you were someone who liked uni from first year, I feel like you probably still found it hard, like living away from home. I don't know, like maybe there's some people who like really enjoyed it like completely, but I hated first year. And I think also it's because like it was a new experience, and like looking back on it now I can definitely see that I think a lot of it was because I was constantly out of my comfort zone. And then second year was kind of like I kind of liked it, but I also kind of like hated it. And then third year I'm like, oh my god, like I actually have been kind of liking it. Like my dissertation that I did, I really enjoyed doing that. I think I've liked the modules and stuff to a certain degree, but I think the thing that I sometimes find hard and the thing that stresses me out is just the fact that like I love creating art and I'm so passionate about it, but then constantly having to like make artwork to meet a grade is not necessarily the deadlines. Like the deadlines, obviously you're going to be meeting deadlines doing illustration in real life. I'm not really fussed about the deadlines. The thing that I found hard was like especially working towards grades. Like I'd constantly be stressed like, oh well, like what if I don't make the grade? Or like now I'm coming to the end of third year, it's definitely been mixed, because obviously there's been, I'm not saying like I hated the whole of uni, like oh I hated it, like it was the worst experience of my life. Like first year probably definitely felt like that. Like first year was really hard, and I feel like I found it really hard telling people that I didn't like uni. So like when people would come up to me in first year, like when I was back home, they'd be like, oh how's uni going, like are you enjoying it? I'd be like, yeah, I like it. And then like I'd be saying to my friends and my mum like I hate it, I kind of want to drop out at the end of first year. Like my dad asked me a couple of weeks ago, he was like, would you still go to uni knowing what you know now? I think if you'd asked me that at the end of first year, maybe I would have said no, but like now I feel like I've gained so much like illustration experience, but I've also learned experience like living away from home and like how to pay like house bills and stuff, and just like general like building independence, which I think is really important. So yeah, it's definitely mixed, but definitely am enjoying third year, which I think is really nice. So yeah, but also yeah, I don't know, it's just a very mixed opinions I think, but I will definitely make a video on it when I actually completely finish uni. I feel like that will be quite insightful to some people, and also like it will be nice for myself to reflect on that experience. I have spoken a lot about uni in this video. I feel like let's talk about something else. One thing that I'm trying to do this year is like read a lot more books, and I think my goal for this year, I just did it as 12. I can't remember how many books I've read. I think it's maybe like 8, but I have read the whole Hunger Games series up to date. I finished Sunrise on the Reaping a couple of weeks ago. Oh my god, I'm not going to give any spoilers, don't worry, in case people haven't read it yet, but oh my god, it was so good, and the ending, it was so sad and I cried. I feel like it's also because I'd like watched the film, so then I was like imagining Haymitch in the book, and then it was like making me cry. But yeah, the last couple of chapters I was in my room and I was like, I am gonna read the last segment of this book, and I literally sat on my bed for like 2.5 hours straight before I went to bed to finish this book, and it was 100% worth it because it was so good. I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait for the film to come out. The casting rumours I've seen so far I'm like happy with. The only one I'm like is the person who's playing Haymitch. I don't know if they are definitely playing him, but I think it's been like rumoured. I can't even remember what his name is, but I feel like there's probably just a better fit. But also I'm not a casting person, so like if people see potential in that person, then like it's for a reason, if you know what I mean. I want them to pick someone who isn't necessarily like famous. Like I want them to find someone just starting out kind of thing, because I feel like that's quite nice. I don't want to get too much into that because I could talk about it forever, but I love the Hunger Games book so much. And then the book I'm reading at the moment, The Boy from the Woods by Harlan Coben. I actually really like Harlan Coben's books. I feel like he's a pretty good author, and like the series adaptations of his books on Netflix are usually pretty good. I started reading this like not yesterday, the day before, and I'm already like a good section through, but I'm excited to get to the end of this. I've been reading it like a little bit in the day and also trying to read it before I go to bed. The only thing about reading is that I feel like it's a bit harder to read when I'm at home, because I'm usually like with my family or talking to my family, but obviously at uni I'm by myself more often, so I have more time to read. So yeah, I haven't read that much. Like this is the first book I've read in the last couple of weeks. It's pretty good so far. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. And then a favourite film that I want to mention that I watched and I loved it. It's like 100% in my top 5 films. Like, it's definitely one of my new favourites, and that is No Hard Feelings, the film. It's the one with Jennifer Lawrence in it. I think it's 2023, but I remember seeing the trailer for it when it like first came out, and I was like, that's like one of those films that's not going to be very good. Like, it's not going to get very good ratings, and it's just, I'm not really necessarily fussed about the ratings. Like, if I like films that have terrible ratings, but like, it just didn't look like a film that I would watch. I was like, it looks a bit weird, I don't know if I'm going to like it. But it came on Netflix a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh, I'll just watch it because it's got Jennifer Lawrence in it, and I like Jennifer Lawrence. So I watched it. So good. Like, my new favourite film. I can't even explain why I liked it. It was just, I just really liked it. It was just really good, and it was just like funny, kind of like light-hearted, but yeah, it's so good. I would definitely recommend watching No Hard Feelings. Anyway, that was like everything on my list to talk about, but yeah, but I hope everyone is doing good. I feel like there's more that I need to say, like update you guys on, but I think that was mostly everything. I'm just gonna keep it short. It's actually been nice to sit down and talk. I'm so excited to start filming videos again. I've got like 3-4 weeks where I'm probably gonna be quite busy, so I can't guarantee that there's gonna be a video every single week, but I will keep you guys updated on my like post section of my YouTube channel. And also, the thing that I probably will be more active on is Instagram, because it doesn't take me long to like post an Instagram story. So if you want to keep updated with me there, then definitely do. I feel like I've spoken about everything, but please let me know how you are doing in the comments and like what you've been up to. I think that's everything I was going to say, but I will see you guys later.